How many of you are business people and play golf? Or at least know someone who's in business and plays a lot of golf? That's not surprising because business professionals and leaders always are playing golf somehow. They may not be good, but they play. Trust me, as a golfer, I feel their pain. Golf, business, and leadership are all linked by a common thread, something that may not be obvious to us, but if we think about the best golfers, business professionals, and leaders, there's a common piece. It's not their performance, dedication, or even their paychecks. All three can deliver great things if they focus on controlling what they can do, or are doing versus letting what they can't control or do creep into their minds, actions, or processes and distract them. As a golfer, when I play, I know there are a number of factors that can bring a great round to its knees. It's the course conditions, the clubs I'm using, the sun being too bright, or my underwear being too tight. It has nothing to do with me or my mindset. Actually, it has everything to do with me and what I'm doing, not anything around me. Same goes for leaders. As leaders, we must focus on what ourselves and our followers can control. It's not about the organization's culture, the markets, or the competition's business model. It's about us focusing on ourselves getting better, creating environments for success for ourselves as well as others, and focusing on improving ourselves. Whether it be golf, business, or leadership, we are not competing against the course, the market, or the competition. We're ultimately competing against ourselves. When we focus on the course or competition, we're diverting our focus to things we cannot control. Focusing on things we cannot control is counterproductive. There are a number of things to complain about and be negative about, but that is a waste of emotional energy and time to focus on things we cannot control. The ultimate challenge and test is for leaders to focus on controllable items. As a golfer and leaders, we should be focusing on attitudes, efforts, and processes, as these are the only things we can control on and off the golf course and through the course of leadership. A great example that demonstrates this should be an inspiration to us as leaders, and that can be found in the 2015 U.S. Open and golfer Jason Day. On day 2 of the U.S. Open, Jason Day collapsed from vertigo and really struggled to continue to play the final 2 holes of his round. But he finished his round. He then went on and was tied for the lead going into the final day after battling vertigo the entire third day of competition as well. There were times where Day would have to stop walking to cover his eyes, to steady himself because of the uneven terrain, and really control his vertigo symptoms and regain his focus. Jason Day understood that the biggest challenge to him was not the field of competition, the course or its conditions, but himself. By focusing on his attitude, efforts, and processes, Jason Day was able to compete all 4 rounds and finish in the top 10. This shows a great example of leadership in controlling what we can, as our biggest challenge as leaders is not about what is happening around us, but what is happening inside of us, what we can control, and how we compete with ourselves.